So you feel like there's something off in your relationship, but when you talk with others about it, they all feel like everything's fine. So who do you trust? In today's video, I'm going to go into a couple of examples showing where you might be listening to others' opinions and believing or trusting in that over your own gut or intuition. And then I will also give a couple of exercises that you can start to play with to get deeper connected into your own intuition. And thank you for joining me today. I'm AmyC with You Finding You. I'm an intuitive and transformational coach. And currently in the dialog box below, you'll see that there's a freebie on getting connected into your body wisdom. These are different tools and little techniques that can help you start listening within and start building up that trust within yourself. So again, do check that out in the dialog box below. So one of the ways that you might be trusting others' opinions over your own gut is you're ignoring the red flags. And many years ago, I was dating or started dating this guy, and we loved to travel. And at the time, we were living in London and we were traveling all over Europe and just loving our life. And we had so many things that were in common. And so for me, it felt like, yeah, this is a great relationship. But there were many things that I kind of was like, I don't know about this. And there was even a point where 3 months into our relationship, he proposed to me. And at the time, my gut was like, no, don't do this, and, and I know part of the reason he proposed was that we were getting ready to move back to US, or I had a job offer there, and he was nervous that I would end up leaving him. And in my mind, I was kind of like, well, of course, you were going to be coming along with me, but we didn't have to be married to do that. And at the time, again, my gut was kind of like, no, I don't know about this. And so there was many red flags that were coming up, but I continued to stay in the relationship. And from the outside, everyone saw this amazing, we could travel together, we could really click and enjoy dinners out, all this lifestyle that we had that felt really nice again on the outside. And so everyone around me was saying that, yeah, this is a great relationship. But for me, again, there was still all these red flags that were popping up. And in similar vein, maybe you meet someone and you're going out and you notice these red flags. So you start wondering like little subtle things. And you're like, I don't know about this. And you talk with your friends and they're all like, no, everything's fine. So they're like, oh, you're overthinking things, or, it's no big deal. And then as the relationship continues on, those little things turn into big red flags. So again, it's not listening to that gut feeling inside of you. Instead, it's really letting others determine, and they don't know because they're not actually in the relationship. So listening to that gut feeling inside of you. And another reason that you might not be listening to that gut instinct in you is maybe this guy looks perfect on paper. Like everything about him, it's like, okay, he's got the job, he's got the title, he's got all these things that really are. And similar to my relationship, with my ex, it was like we had all these travel things in common. We had all this lifestyle in common. And it felt like, oh, okay, this could be perfect on paper as well. But there was still this gut feeling inside of me that was like, yeah, this isn't quite right. This isn't what I want or right for me. And so I wasn't really listening to that gut instinct. And the same in this case with perfect on paper is maybe all these people love him and love, meeting and hanging out with him. And you're like, yeah, this is a perfect relationship, or it looks perfect. It feels that way. But inside, you're kind of like, yeah, this isn't really what I want. Maybe you're not fully being yourself in that relationship. And in not being yourself, you're then like that gut instinct's going to be coming up going, you want something more than this. Like you really want to authentically be yourself and not have to be someone else in the relationship. So those are a couple of examples and ways that you might not be listening to your own intuition and instead listening to those things outside of you. And for myself too, it's like I was conditioned to believe that these external factors is what will make me happy. But really, what will make you happy is listening to that instinct inside of you, listening to that intuition and knowing and following it. Because as you follow those things light you up and bring you the real passion in your life, the real joys in your life. So, a couple of exercises then of what you can start doing to build up this intuition inside of you. And the first one is listening to body signals. So, as you go about your days and you get a gut feeling, or you get a little nudge, or you feel like your body lights up with a yes, take note and write things down and be like, oh, I actually listened to this intuition, and start noticing it and keeping track of it. Because as you start noticing and going, oh, I actually listened to this, oh, I actually feel this, and then maybe ask a question of it like, oh, I felt this gut feeling, what is it telling me? And then asking it questions. But as you track these things, then you will be building up this trust within you. And a second exercise that you can start playing with is this idea of yes and no in the body. So when you're making decisions, you can ask a question, a yes and no question to your body, and then see which way your body is moving, or does it feel lighter or more tense? And you can start building up again this dialogue with your body as you ask it these questions, because then you're really building up that trust and listening, and the body's going to start communicating more as you listen more. So, a third way to start building up this trust with your body, building up this language and listening, is to play with low stakes things. So, things like, what do I want to eat? And see what the body says, or what you feel you're craving, or which way do I want to go home today? And like myself, I was living in Brooklyn and I would come up from the subway, and I usually always just went the same way home. But there were times when I was like, oh, which way would I like to go today? And I would be walking and then suddenly feel drawn to turn another way. And there were times where it's like I would come across something, like I would see all these fireflies that would be coming out in the little corner park. And it's like, oh, I felt drawn to be able to experience and enjoy this on my way home tonight. So it's listening to those little things and starting to play with it on the little things rather than the big decisions. But you can build up to that and then really see what starts coming through for you. So have a play with these and really just, like I said, start building up this dialogue with your body and listening to the little hits, the little things that you get, the little subtle things. And it's all going to be different for different people. Like we all have our own language with our body. So as you start playing with these things, you start to learn what your language is with yourself. So thank you guys for joining me today. I'm AmyC with You Finding You. And if you are enjoying and getting value out of these videos, do hit that like, share, and subscribe. And thank you again. I'll see you in the next video.